The mind is a beautiful thing. Through tragedy, through wisdom, through love, it's all creation. So, I think the first thing we should understand is that we are unlimited, and through our thoughts, our actions play out, and we manifest things. So, where are we in this universe right now? We have so much knowledge, so many different sciences and fundamentals, but I think, in my own personal opinion, that we've, as a mass, as a group, as a whole, we kind of lost the idea of why. See, because the question why is the most important question. It's not a question to be dwelled on. It's a question to be answered, understood, and now strengthened through your practice. So I say that to say this. God. I believe that God is more than just a God in the sky. And it would be underappreciating the idea of what that is if we were just to say he's an all-father that punishes and whatnot. And not going against religion. I grew up Roman Catholic. But what I have also, through my journey, seen is that there's a lot of contradiction, there's a lot of stagnicity. And that stagnicity lies within dwelling on the weakest parts of the experience. For instance, we sin, do something that is opposite of our norm. Because sin is perspective. Remember that. Sin is perspective. If you're a bad person, then sinning would be out of your norm. So doing something good would be sinning for a bad person. But for a good person that's all the way left, sinning would be the opposite end of that. Okay. So, we sin, and we sit in it, we dwell in it, we try to fight the actual guilt. We dance in the guilt of it all, instead of seeing what it actually is. We sin, we do something wrong. We do something wrong because we challenge our ideas. We don't necessarily listen to the ebb and flow of natural thought. It's fine. That is okay. Because through mistakes, through error, is where beauty is born. Is where vaccines are made, or mathematical equations are developed and discovered to get us further to understanding the why. The why. So, my opinion of the why is the thing that drives us to wanting unity. But how is there a disconnect there? Because we go why, and then we go, okay, so then what can I do about it to change it? Remember that change is only within. Your external can only change from within. So that is dynamic to understanding that I don't wait for someone to do it for me. I do it. Getting back to this All-Father and this idea of what we have of wholeness and togetherness, we start to place too much power and responsibility in one place and not take the responsibility and the power of, well, what does everything do in this thing we call nature, earth? It multiplies. A virus, a single cell, its purpose is to eat, to multiply, eat, take over. But it does the exact same thing that its alpha, creator, is programmed to do, which is create. Now take that in the human experience. All Father, Creator, all understanding toward creation. Which is unfortunate because that's only one side of the idea, because if you are understanding of creation, then henceforth you are understanding of destruction. But to have that idea of a being, a thing, a greatness beyond ourselves that we're not connected to. If we looked at that as a molecule, as one, as alpha program, then everything in this world that serves us, that moves and lives, even programming, takes the alpha program. Beta is the exact same thing, it's just a continuation. And through continuation, I mean, you get trials and errors in different things. This is why technology is here and all the rest of that. But we become individualized in that thing, and God in that. God is a very imprisoning idea. To think of yourself as God. As the creator of it all. You are. But it's not to the master-slave perspective. Everything is collaboration in this world. The man and the woman make a child. The tree, how does it exist? The seed, the soil, the sunlight, collaboration. So without one, the other one is irrelevant. A seed is just a seed, but wouldn't be without anything else that it is. It has to be the tree. It becomes a tree. So why in that thought would God be any different? An instrument toward the success of something greater, toward the success of something greater, which what? Leads toward the success to something greater. So in a whole, just want to gracefully kind of pull this all back together and give an understanding of our position in life. Our position in life with that idea of I make, I create, I exist, allows us to now control a portion. And there's no such thing as control. It's contribution. And how you contribute is very important, because you can control yourself to the point where you go crazy, blah, 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 whatever. Or you could control yourself to the point where you're compassionate and patient. And now that gains a whole more fruitful success within the thing. And I say more fruitful success because there's still success within error. Remember, there's always success within error. You just have to figure out, I'm going to stop standing in the rain. I'm going to see the thing for what it was. And figure out, what was I strong in that situation? What was I weak in that situation? Where were the frailties? Where were the strengths? Because you have to keep moving. You think that molecules don't have error? They might create, and then a piece dies off through mitosis, and they got to restart. or they might be deformed, but then they still continue. The molecule is no different from yourself, which is no different from God, which is no different from anything on this earth. And everything takes collaboration, and everything takes time. So through this journey toward the beyond, I welcome you, and I thank you